From a humble farm to industrial innovation, from gas engines to racing cars, this is the story of a man who dared to reshape the way we move. We are talking about the one and only Henry Ford. Hello everyone and welcome back to Brand Breakdown. In today's video, we will uncover all the trials, triumphs and race against the odds that led to the creation of the Ford Motor Company. We'll learn how simple watch repairs led to changing the way entire industries manufacture their products. So don't go anywhere, be sure to watch till the end to learn the true extent of this remarkable journey. So, this is the story of a young and curious farm boy named Henry Ford, who was born on July 30th, 1863 in Springwells Township, Wayne County, Michigan to Mary and William Ford. From a young age, Henry Ford displayed an innate curiosity for machinery. At the tender age of 12, he had his own mini workshop going on where he spent countless hours repairing watches and experimenting with machines. And did you know that at just 15, he crafted his very own steam engine? Well, this is the spark that ignited a fire inside him for mechanics and innovation. Fast forward a bit and Henry kicks off his career as a machinist's apprentice with the Flour & Brothers shop in Detroit. In July 1891, he steps into the world of Edison Illuminating Company of Detroit as an engineer. This is where he truly dives in, polishing his skills, expanding his knowledge, and rubbing shoulders with the big names of machinery. As Ford's years rolled on, he found himself captivated by the allure of gas engines. Fueled by a fiery passion for internal combustion engines, he skillfully assembled a humble yet impressive one-cylinder gasoline model in 1893. The inaugural Ford engine sputtered to life on a wooden table right in the heart of his home, 58 Bagley Avenue in Detroit. But this was only the beginning. With a slightly evolved version of that very engine, he crafted his first vehicle. In 1896, Henry Ford proudly unveiled his maiden automotive marvel, the quadricycle. This horseless carriage, simple yet groundbreaking, cruised on four wheels propelled by a gasoline engine. But this was just the start, the flicker before the blaze. August 1899 saw Henry Ford stepping away from the Edison Illuminating Company, ready to set his own wheels in motion. With uncontainable eagerness, he laid the foundation of the Detroit Automobile Company. Unfortunately, despite his unwavering determination, the company faced numerous challenges and financial difficulties, leading to its eventual demise within just 18 months of its inception. However, this setback served as the gateway to his ultimate triumph. Failure is just a chance to start smarter, wise words from the man himself. And so, undeterred, he took another shot. With the spirit of resilience propelling him forward, Ford continued to experiment with cars and even turned his attention to racing. Ford's love for racing cars led him to establish the Henry Ford Company in 1901, aiming to build top-tier high-performance vehicles. Here, his engineering prowess shone as he designed and built a series of fast and competitive race cars that caught the attention of racing enthusiasts, investors, and companies. Ford's race cars weren't just about speed, they showcased his knack for innovation. He experimented with advanced features like overhead valves and lightweight materials, setting the stage for future advancements in automotive technology. Yet, as with any great tale, twists emerged. Differences with investors and internal disputes led to another chapter of change. Ford waved goodbye to the Henry Ford Company, which would later transform into the Cadillac Automobile Company under the leadership of Henry Leland. This period of transition not only added to his expertise, but also fueled his drive to revolutionize the automobile industry once again. So in 1903, he established what is today known as the Ford Motor Company, determined to reshape the industry, making cars an aspiration for all. Ford wasn't just a car genius, he was a trailblazing innovator in how cars were made. He totally shook up the car business by introducing the mind-blowing concept of the assembly line, a groundbreaking concept that drastically increased efficiency and lowered production costs. Basically, this genius idea meant that instead of building a car all in one go, you had parts step by step to multiple vehicles until you got a finished masterpiece. And guess what? This cool trick doesn't only apply to cars. Think about all the industries that have adopted this technique. Technology, food processing, medical supplies, the list goes on. I guess we owe a shout out to Ford. So back in 1903, the very first Ford car hit the scene, known as the Ford Model A. No fancy names yet, just straight up letters. Fast forward a bit, and the Ford Model K joined the party as the company's first six-cylinder ride. It was like the gentleman's roadster, and it came with a price tag that made other cars look like a bargain. While the NG40 was out the door for $2,000, the Model K strutted its stuff at $2,800. But then the star of the show arrived, the Model T. Unveiled in 1908, it was a total game changer. It was affordable, reliable, and just all-round awesome. The Model T rolled out with a single-cylinder engine that cost around $950. It was also worth noting that the vehicle originally had no windshields and came with just one reverse gear. But the Model T wasn't just a car, it was a phenomenon. At first, they made a little over 10,000 of them, but people couldn't get enough, so in 1910, they had to move to a bigger place to keep up. Jump to 1913, and Ford had this slick production line going. To keep up with the massive demand, Ford kept pushing the limits. He refined the assembly line process, introducing new techniques and technologies that ensured faster production without compromising quality. They went from taking 12.5 hours to make a car down to 1 hour and 33 minutes. An epic ad campaign promised profit sharing if they hit 300,000 sales, which sent sales soaring to over 501,000. By 1920, they were selling out 1 million cars a year, and by 1927, they'd sold a whopping 15 million Model Ts. This legendary car, often called Tin Lizzie, was dependable, affordable, and easy to take care of. Basically, it had the whole package. You won't believe how the moving assembly line transformed the Model T production process, cranking out a car in just 90 minutes. But here's the twist: despite the efficiency, workers despised it. Imagine doing the same monotonous task over and over with a strict ticking clock just to keep the car rolling down the line. No wonder many jumped ship to rival companies for better gigs. And then comes the hero moment, the birth of the $5 day in 1914. Ford decides to pay factory workers double the average daily wage of the time. Not only that, but Ford cuts the workday by an hour, making it 8 hours flat. But don't think it's just a benevolent move, it's a smart strategy too. Ford could now run 3 shifts a day, propelling the factory's productivity to new heights. But wait, there's more. In 1926, Henry Ford turns the tables again by giving everyone a high five for the 5-day work week. Weekends off. At first, there's chaos, but guess what? These changes ended up being the secret weapon in the fierce job market. The result? Ford was able to cherry-pick the best talent, keep employees happy, and improve their quality of life. Not to mention, they made their own cars affordable for their employees and gave them a better life. Now that's what we call a win-win. In 1919, Henry Ford made a bold move, entrusting the company to his son, Edsel. And just so you know, Ford wasn't letting go completely. He, along with his wife Clara and Edsel himself, formed this trio that held the keys to the Ford kingdom. In fact, they bought out their investors on the very same day Ford stepped down from being the president of the company. Fast forward, and Ford soared to become one of the globe's ultimate success stories, weathering even the stormy Great Depression of the 1930s like a champ. In 1943, when his son left this world, Henry Ford once again grabbed the president's seat at Ford Motor Company, a role he held until his grandson, Henry Ford II, took charge in 1945. Even though Ford himself had stepped away from the day-to-day operations, his vision and impact on the automotive industry were indelible. Today, Ford Motor Company is the world's largest family-controlled company. The Ford family has been steering this ship for a whopping 110 years. But hey, that's not all. This powerhouse of a company is the reason why we've got incredibly popular cars like the Ford Fiesta, F-150, and Mustang cruising down our roads today. And let's not forget, the motor company isn't just a company, it's a living testament to the amazingness of its founder. We are talking about Henry Ford, the guy who started with the quadricycle and rolled into the Model T. He wasn't just content with that, he rocked the boat with assembly line innovations and left a mark of affordable mobility that still lingers in the air today. Henry Ford was all about progress, totally crazy about mechanics, and never gave up on the dream of a brighter tomorrow. He wasn't just a business whiz, he was a trailblazer who revolutionized the way we live, work, and explore the world. Thank you for watching till the end. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating stories of entrepreneurs and businesses that shaped the world we live in. See you in the next video. Until then, stay tuned.